First off, I would like to thank everybody for taking their time out to be here to celebrate my daughter and my now son's wedding. I appreciate it. That's even better. Good? All right. I'm not much on speeches, so I just want to share a couple memories about Zach and then a little story about Kelly. Hopefully I don't take up too much time. As a father of a daughter, which some people know, when you get introduced to the boyfriend, you kind of got to give the evil eye and make him feel like he's worthless and all that, because that's what you do. I unfortunately didn't get that opportunity because what I got was, from my daughter, I was somewhere I wasn't supposed to be, meeting a boy, and he got into an accident. Somebody hit him. So we would go to the hospital and visit, and during that time, my wife and I, we seemed to really care about this guy we never got to meet. Never seen his face, never met him. But we had a lot of feelings for him because he got hurt. And, I believe that people are put in place for some reason. I don't know if he was put there that night to save, the life of my daughter and her friend, or maybe just to be in our life. But, either way, my wife and I are grateful you are here. And so, after I met him, I was thinking to myself, he's a pretty good kid. I think he'll be all right as a boyfriend. Because just a kid, but we'll see how it goes. And I was just trying to figure out what he had in common, because through the years you always hear your daughter tries to find a boy that is like their father, and I couldn't figure that out because we're completely different, I thought. But so that's one of the memories I had with Zach, of meeting him and stuff. And I had a lot of feelings for him, and I realized he was a really good kid. So second memory I had with Zach was a few years later. He's at the house, and it's going to be their anniversary, and he's trying to talk to me, and he says, "So our anniversary's coming up." I was like, "Okay." And he's like, "I'm trying to figure out what I want to do for Kelly." And I'm thinking he's wanting some advice maybe or something. And he says, "Well, I think I'm going to ask her to marry me." So, he's telling me about it. And I looked him dead in the eye. And I said, "Well, you can't." He's like, "Well, why not?" And I said, "Well, you have to ask her father." And he looks me dead in the eye and he goes, "Well, that's kind of what I'm doing." And it was at that moment I realized he was a smart ass, and now I see why my daughter liked him. But, so that's the memories that we have with Zach, that, meeting him, he's a really good guy, and I couldn't have asked for a better, I don't like to use the word in-law, but so I'll say I couldn't ask for a better son also, or my wife. So thank you, Zach. We love you, buddy. Now for my daughter. With my daughter, I wanted to, if she don't mind, I wanted to revisit a story I told her when she turned 16. I told her a little story, and I would like to continue that story if she's okay with that. Okay. So I'll start out with, ever since I was little, for some reason, 9, 10 years old, I always wanted to have, for some reason, a little blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. I've always wanted one when I was young, and I knew her name would have to be Kelly. And luckily, my wife, for some reason, liked the name too, so we agreed on it. And I would talk to her belly and all that stuff all the time, call her Kelly. Didn't even know if it was a boy or a girl, so if it was a boy, it would have been a little weird, but it went. But when my wife called me up, it was actually April Fool's Day in and told me we were having a baby. And I was excited, very excited, but I was really scared because I didn't know how I was going to be able to take care of her, because I was a punk kid who didn't care about nothing, and really scared and concerned about things. And I knew it was going to be the hardest thing I ever had to do. But as the years went on, terrible twos still. I was scared. Didn't know how I was going to take care of this 2-year-old kid. Going to be a brat. And I forgot where I was at, but we'll figure it out. So anyway, as the years went by, still same thing. Very, very scared how I would take care of you. And we got through it. Like I said, I was really concerned. I knew it was going to be hard, very hard to raise you. So I wasn't sure how I would do that. And it would be the hardest thing I had to do. And as you became a teenager, it seemed to get a little bit easier, but I was still very scared, because now you're a teenager and I didn't know how I was going to raise a teenager. And of course, again, I knew it would be the hardest thing I had to do. But what I realized is raising you wasn't that hard. The hardest thing was having to give you away today. That was the hardest thing I had to do. And I'm still scared, but I know that you have a man next to you that's going to help me watch out for you and take care of you. So I just want to say that your mother and I are very proud of you, and we think we did pretty good on you, and we think you turned out really well, and we love you, and we're always here for both of you. And if you guys ever need us, we're here. And I just want to congratulate both of you on your big day. And remember, marriage is not a job, but it takes work. And if you put that in there, you guys will be fine. Communication, love, support, and you'll make it a long time, like most of us in here. Anyway, I love you guys. Congratulations.
All right, and now we have Amira. Oh, you were closer than I thought you'd be. Perfect.
So I did write my stuff down because I know I'll probably forget it. But hey everyone, my name is Amira. I have been Kelly's best friend for 8 years now, and I'm gonna cry. Damn it! It's just probably gonna happen. But I'm so glad that we are all together today to celebrate the new Mr. and Mrs. Buhrmaster, and that's crazy to say because we've talked about this time for so long. Just me and her, just not knowing who she was going to marry, but just knowing that I would stand beside her on that day. And my Kellyanne, you have been so good to me. And words cannot describe how much love I have for you. So I did put it in a song. So here we go. I'm just kidding. I'm not doing that. Can't do that. God knows I can't do that right now. But we have been through everything together since high school, from tanning beds to late night drives to speeding to go to the zoo and getting pulled over, and then that just didn't happen. That killed the mood. And so we had to go home, tell her mom and dad, and that was not good. I felt like I was going to get in trouble, and I wasn't even in the driver's seat. But we have so many wonderful memories together, and I'm so thankful for every single one of them. And I cannot wait to make many, many more with you, and Zach, of course. As we got older, you continued to be the person that I look up to, even though you are a lot shorter than me. And And I hope you truly understand how thankful I am for both you and Zach, because y'all helped me through the toughest time that I've been through. And if it wasn't for y'all, I don't know where I would be. And I know I'm not living with y'all anymore, but I am so grateful for what y'all did. And that will forever be something that I cherish from both of y'all. And when I met Zach, I knew that Kelly had met the one that she was supposed to be with, because he's strong-headed. He is rude at times. We all know that, but we love it. And I wouldn't trade that for the world. And Zach, I am so thankful that you had showed my best friend what true love is. Yeah, exactly. But I just want to end it here because, I'm over here shaking. But I just wanted to let y'all know that, y'all deserve one another. I don't know Kelly without Zach and Zach without Kelly anymore. Y'all are truly one of my bestest friends, and I love y'all with everything that I have. And I hope that y'all will walk through this thing called life together, hand in hand, through the good and the bad. And just push through it and don't let anything get in between y'all, because it's y'all against the world. I love y'all so much with everything I have. And so, cheers to the newlyweds.
All right, and now it's time for Jennifer.
Thank you. Well, first off, I want to thank all of you beautiful people for being here tonight, for Zach and Kelly. If you know me, I like to wing it, so I don't have anything specifically planned, because I would have changed it 5,000 times, because I'm the most indecisive person you will probably ever meet. My husband would agree. As Robert was saying, our first introduction with this family was not one that we ever imagined or hoped for. But the good Lord had other plans and brought us together, and we're so thankful that He did. I'll never forget the first time I laid eyes on Kelly when she walked into that trauma ICU unit, and she was there to see Zach, to check on him, and she's been there by his side ever since, and he's been by hers. Marriage is tough, guys. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication. It's a lot of working through things that you never thought that you would ever have to work through, figure out. But y'all have something very special, and I know that anything that life brings y'all's way, that y'all will figure it out and stick by each other's side no matter what. Mine's short and sweet. I love you both very, very much. We will always be here for y'all if y'all need anything, good, bad, anything. So I wish y'all a lifetime of happiness on this new journey that you're going to take, and can't wait to see some grandbabies in the future. Enjoy the honeymoon phase a little bit. Enjoy the honeymoon phase, but I'm excited for some grandbabies down the road, I'm not going to lie. So cheers to the new Mrs. and Mr. and Ms. I can't even talk, y'all. Mr. and Mrs. Buhrmaster, I love you both very much. Thank you.
All right, now I'm allowed to open the microphone